Okay, so the first thing you need to do is download IP Sensor Manager. IP Sensor Manager basically just is a service that manages the Bluetooth sensors. It's not something you're going to be opening on a daily basis. It'll just be running in the background. So install that, and then you need to install IpBike. There's a free version. There's also one with a key. We'll just install the free version for now. I own the key, so I don't know if it looks any different, but it's great software, so you should pay for it. So now it's installing, and then we're going to open IP Sensor Manager and set everything up. So go ahead and accept, give it all the permissions, and now we're going to search for the Gymnasticon service. So you need to hit the little button in the upper right-hand corner and add BTLE sensor. And then you're going to end up hitting the magnifying glass. I'm sorry, I'm not a YouTuber, so I think I was walking while this happened. So click the button, add BTLE. You're going to allow it the permission. And then you're going to hit that magnifying glass, and hopefully the Gymnasticon service should pop up. Okay, great. So there it is. I'm pedaling right now, so you can see it. When I recorded this video, I couldn't remember how I did it, so I kept clicking on the Gymnasticon service, but you don't need to do that. Once it finds it, and so long as it says it's tracking, then it should be fine. Later on, you could come back in here and disable the sensor, but you don't have to worry about that. So ignore what's going on the screen right now. You could have just quit, but I'm not going to take the time to trim the video. So the next thing we're going to do after this is we're going to go in and open up IpBike. And this is what you're going to use on a daily basis. The initial setup is a little bit of a pain in the butt, but afterwards it's super simple and it's really customizable. So it's really the best software, at least I think, for riding Peloton on your flywheel. So for IpBike, I actually don't give it location permission. I think that can mess with uploading to Strava later, especially if you forget to set it as an indoor bike. So we come in, I think we're just going to first test it to see if it's working. Ignore me while I'm clicking around here. So as you can see, there's a button for start sensors. I think I probably click it. So you're going to do that every time you start the sensors, and then you pedal a bit until it starts to track, and you can see the cadence right there was popping up. So I know it was working. And then I started trip, and right now it's recording. I just do this for a little bit. It's not a big deal as I'm clicking around. I'll show you how to navigate an IpBike in a minute, so don't worry about it. But generally, I swipe left a couple of times in order to see a screen that doesn't have a map on it, because obviously a map's not too useful and there's more fields available. And you can add rows and customize it and everything else, but it's good to start with something that has most of what you want and more or less looks like what you want. So yeah, you swipe left and right, and that's how you get that. Anyway, so here we are on the screen, and I'm gonna long press on any field that you want to change, and you can add a different field. So here, I long pressed on it and added debug user defined expression, and then I long press again and add the user defined expression, and then I copy and paste the formula that I use for calculating resistance. And so that's gonna, later on, that's gonna create an output that estimates resistance. Now I changed some fields along the way, so I'm changing this field over to my current power. I'm going to change another field over to my total energy in kilojoules for the ride. I actually changed the time field. I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have used a different field. But again, this is all customizable. You just long press on any field you want to change, and then select the change item, and then the type of field that you want. So yeah, I think here, this is the last one I did. I think this is the energy field. Okay, so now I think I have it mostly set up in the way, that I might want it, other than I screwed up and got rid of the time field, but that's not a huge deal. You can, change a different field. So in the upper left-hand corner, I have that UE int. So right now I need to add the bikes. And so you need to change the bike, make sure that you select that it's indoors, stationary. Make sure you add the sensor so that it knows that this bike is the Gymnasticon bike. That way it's going to remember all your settings every time it detects Gymnasticon. Okay, once you do that, you can just go out of it. I think I go back in one time by accident. Oh no, I guess I don't. Okay, so now it's pretty much ready to ride, other than I got rid of the time feature, but oh well. So when you're ready to ride, you start sensors again, you pedal a bit until it detects your bike. See how it detects bike 1. You can see everything going up. There's power, cadence, and then you hit start trip. And now it's recording. The speed's not going to work. You can actually set up another user-defined field with a speed calculation. Happy to help with that if you need. But you can see that as I'm pedaling, it's showing the current power and the cadence. And that UE int field shows that I'm at about a 50 resistance. Okay, so I'm done with the ride. I stop trip, and then I stop sensors. And that's it. That's how you go for a ride.